Hello, we've got a new camera. As you can see, it's amazingly beautiful. I'm getting ready to make some burgers and this is my first time using this camera. We're shooting a cooking video by myself. Don't know how this is gonna turn out. I've been looking where I'm supposed to be looking and that's fine. Let's just see where this takes us. This is something that we have at my house like all the time. And I don't really have a clear idea of where to put the camera yet for doing videos like this. So if this doesn't work, I won't do it ever again. I'm going to start by just cutting up some onions and garlic because those are my holy grail things to every recipe that I make. And yes, this is peeled garlic. Say what you want. Honestly, we go through so much of it, and peeling it's a bitch, especially if you've got nails. Is this gonna focus? Nails. Brush the garlic, because that's my favorite thing to do. I don't know if you have one of these, but they are amazing. It pulverizes the garlic and pushes it through these holes, and then it's like a really good consistency. All right. I always use a ton of garlic. I'm gonna put like this many cloves in here. There's about 6. And then you squish it like that and it comes through the bottom. So let me get that in here. I always look really angry when I'm cooking. I'm gonna do that same thing one more time, because I'm probably gonna end up doubling this recipe, and it never hurts to have too much garlic or onions because garlic is so good for you. Ugh, put these guns to use. Okay, man, I stink. Alrighty. All right, this guy's done. I cook with vegetable broth because I think adding oil to recipes is just unnecessary calories. I usually add enough vegetable broth to cover the bottom of the pan. Still have to add my onion. I'm gonna grab one more, but it's just enough liquid to cover what's in here and kind of just cover the bottom of the pan. That's even better. Wow, why didn't I figure this out sooner? Baby steps. I'm gonna give this onion, I'm gonna throw it in my food processor and show you a trick. This is my favorite way to cut onions because I cry like crazy from them. And someone told me once, if you put an onion in the freezer, it helps. But I don't ever remember that until right now because I'm thinking of a cool fact to tell you. But I don't really have time for that. So we are gonna do my other method. Cut the onion in quarters. Like there's, yeah. Toss them in there. You just, oh, I should probably. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna do this with one more onion. We have this one massive old spoon, and it's my favorite spoon to do anything with. Just crying. We're gonna throw some seasoning in here so that it tastes good. Let me actually bring you into my spice cabinet because I don't know if any of this is focused. Oh, this is my spice cabinet. There are some scary things in here, let me just tell you. Do one of these. All right, what do I want my dinner to taste like tonight? This is my absolute favorite seasoning. I put this shit on everything. Pretty much everything. This and Frank's Red Hot. My dad likes to buy cheap spices. And he likes to try to trick us and refill the nice spices with the cheap ones. For example, we have this adobo, which is a little more pricey, but he then finds this and refills the empty container with this, which none of us like. Dad, I'm shooting a video, but you can come in here and do whatever you want. Look at the quality of this.
Wow.
Yeah. Definitely going to add some of this. Okay. I always like to add paprika. I think that's it. I think, oh. Some of this too. Because we're just getting like a lot of body shots here. I'm going to add about a tablespoon worth of the adobo. I don't typically measure things, but I guess I should. Oh, it's so hot. I've got the gas on a high heat. Let me show you some kitchen fashion really quick. Throw in some of this paprika. Not going to measure anything because I don't want to. We're going to move on to the next part, which is going to be all the ingredients that I throw in my food processor to mix this guy up and create like a binder and all of that fun stuff. First thing I'm going to add is 2 cups of oats. 1 cup is going to go in here, 1 cup is going to go in a massive bowl that I have on the counter behind me. I forgot we're doubling this, so I'm going to add an additional cup. 2 tablespoons of roasted red pepper. This guy, which is so good. I don't know if you've ever had this before, but it says Mina harissa. It's Moroccan red pepper sauce, but it's essentially pureed roasted peppers. And when I don't have this, I will literally just puree a bell pepper or a roasted bell pepper and just kind of get it in there. Thank you. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this maple cayenne hot sauce, which is labeled do not eat, because if I don't label things, they get destroyed in a matter of seconds in my house. Anyway, I usually use vegan Worcestershire sauce. Hope I'm saying that right. My dad. But we don't have any, and this isn't spicy, so I'm going to throw this guy in there and it's gonna be good. Some liquid smoke, which just gives it a smoky taste. You guessed it. God, I suck. I really need friends. Actually, I don't, because I have so much fun by myself. But friends are nice too. 2 cans of beans. You can use whatever beans you want. I mostly do black beans with this. We only have garbanzo beans. I'm gonna just throw them in there, hope for the best. This is kind of turning into not being so much a recipe video as more so me improvising with what's in my kitchen video. Always, always, always wipe the top of your cans because you'll die if you don't. Onions are looking beautiful. Take the onions, transfer them to your bowl, this one behind me, and then add your beans to your food processor. We're gonna pulse this guy up. If you need to add some liquid, I eyeball this. And once again, making this recipe virtually impossible to replicate. I always save my kimchi liquid because it's super high in probiotics. This is the kimchi I use. Focus. No, refocus on me now. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pour this in while I'm blending it, just to like wet it up a little bit. I ended up throwing in about half a cup worth. Last but not least, I always add sun-dried tomatoes to my burger to kind of just lock it in and bind it up. And I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think we have sun-dried tomatoes. I really dropped the ball on that one. And I know I let you guys down because this recipe is becoming ridiculous. But you could also use walnuts. I'm just gonna check and see if we maybe have sun-dried tomatoes, maybe some, I don't know. It's not gonna happen, guys. No sun-dried tomatoes. I'll toss in half a cup of walnuts instead. Well, probably a cup because again, I doubled this recipe. Add the onions and garlic that I sauteed in vegetable broth to this monster bowl. This is the best Christmas gift that I got from Derek and just in general in my life. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is the world's heaviest pan, so just be aware. Why do I have an oven mitt on over the hand that's holding the spoon? I don't know. Lovely. Oh, how lovely. Oh, that sound? Wow. God, I love cooking videos. Now, we have our mixture guy that was blending on up in the food processor. And I'm going to add this to the rest of my oats. Again, in this big monster bowl, I've got more oats and the onions and garlic that we sauteed in the pan. Why can't I do... Now we're going to mix these two things together, and then my least favorite part is coming up where I have to form these into patties. And I say that it's my least favorite part because I have long nails, and even though I don't mind getting my hands dirty, cleaning out food under your nails is such a bitch. And to be quite honest, I'm probably gonna cut them short next time, specifically for that reason. As you can see, it's just a wet mix. I am going to form these into little patty guys and then put them on the stove and cook them for a little bit. It's always good to put wax paper down for when you form the patties, because then it's just easier to get them off when you're cooking them, and I can't fit all of them in the pan at once. If you have them on the wax paper, it just makes your life easier. I'm actually starting off throwing them directly into the pan, and then once the pan is full, I'm going to put burgers on here. If your mixture is like really moist and wet and you have time, throw it in the refrigerator and it solidifies it a little bit and makes better patties. For anyone wondering, in the background, that's my brother. He's just doing his thing.
Wow.
Wow. Got 4 burgers in the pan. I'm gonna flip this guy. You gotta slap them down because that's what spreads them out and makes them more magnificent. I just took off the first batch, and now I'm going to throw on a few more. That's one thing. Sometimes the paper will rip, and just make sure it doesn't get on the patty, otherwise you're gonna eat wax paper. I don't think veggie burgers or bean burgers need to be anything ridiculous and complicated. You can make them with things that you probably already have in your house, and that's why I think we make them the most here, because they're just really easy. The last 4-ish are just finishing up. It ended up making about 10 patties. Usually I get about 12 out of it. Basically that's it though. I mean, once I finish these guys up, I'm gonna assemble them, and I guess I can show you that. Otherwise, that's it. Our burgers are done. I assembled this guy off camera just because I can't always focus. I need to be able to really focus when I'm assembling stuff. I put a lot of cool stuff on this, and I'm going to take pictures of it and show you a little bit of that. And my setup, which is, this is a reclaimed fence, and we just attached the pieces together. Same with the back. This is a board that I made, product design. And this is the sandwich I made. My baby. I don't always use a tripod because I'm fortunate to have a really steady hand. I do use it sometimes. It also depends on when my dog's in the kitchen because he likes to knock it down, and if this breaks, I would be devastated. What are you doing, Mom? Hiking up your pants? It's my mom. Hi. She's going to maneuver this for me a little bit. All right, let's flip this. Just like move, you don't have to do anything but like just kind of get me.
That looks great.
All right, I think I got my shot. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.